Hello, my name's Charlie and I work for a shop called Northern Runner, which is a specialist running shop in the centre of Newcastle. What we do in Northern Runner is fit shoes to people's feet. Essentially there are different types of shoes for different types of feet. So what you need to do when you're selecting a pair of running shoes is you need to go to a store that can have a look at your feet, and from your foot shape they can decide whether you need a bit of pronation control if your feet roll inwards a little bit, or not if they don't. I mean, the shoes vary tremendously, and if you get the wrong shoe with too much support or too little support, then you can cause yourself overuse injuries like shin splints, pains in the knee or the hip or the Achilles tendon or the foot itself. That's a neutral shoe, so this shoe hasn't got any support in it at all. It's a very well cushioned shoe, so somebody who's got a perfect foot would pick a shoe like this. You can then have a shoe which has got a bit more support, and this grey piece down the inside is just a little bit firmer. So this is for somebody whose foot rolls in a little bit, and then you go all the way up to somebody who buys a shoe like this, which is an awful lot squarer on the bottom with an awful lot more support on the inside. There are many categories of shoe in between these three categories, and really you need an experienced person to assess your feet and help you select the right one. The manufacturers would generally say a good pair of running shoes will last anywhere from 300 to 500 miles, which I know it sounds like a big number. Depends how many miles a week you do. If you're going to do 20 miles a week, they're going to last you 6 months, so they will last you up to the North Run. And there's no, you can't sort of say somebody pronate a little bit, this is the shoe for you, which is why any specialist running store like Northern Runner will stock 5 brands or so. All the brands will be different shapes. The cushioning units will feel different under your feet, and like at Northern Runner, it's good to have a shop where you can try the shoes out. So you can try the shoes on. We have a big concrete corridor at the back of the shop, so you can have a little run up and down, and that's essential, because how the shoe feels when you initially put it on in the shop and how it feels when you run up and down can be totally different. Also, running shoes should be fitted so there's plenty of room in the front of the shoe, because as your foot gets warm, your foot will expand. If you don't have that space, you're going to have 2 problems. One, you're going to blacken your toenails potentially as the foot expands and there's nowhere for it to go, or the other thing is, as your arch compresses to absorb the shock, which is your body's natural shock absorber, if your toes bang up against the front of the shoe, you don't have any shock absorption in your feet.